Because my mic, yay, it works.
Yeah, that's working.
He's talking about on stream.
Oh, on stream, yeah.
Still saying starting soon, otherwise I could tell you.
It lit up.
Oh, okay, cool.
So, last time, you decided to go into the flames. We're burning.
Yes.
Some of the Scarlet Sash was consumed by these flames, and they are now a pile of ash. There was some weird magic going on, and at the center of it was the Bay portal. And you, using one of Jarek's seeds, planted a tree, and it kind of just all closed up. So congrats.
Yay.
Yay.
You did it. So, as you're all now walking out of the flames, covered in soot, the fire begins to die down. The smoke in the air begins to thin. What are you all doing?
I am. Hold on, let me make a new section for my notes.
When you get out of the burning section of the Black Feather Ward, Arena will be waiting for you.
Do we see the person from the Scarlet Sash? That we had left them in the temple, right?
Yes. She was mending her wounds, and if you help her out of the ruins, she will go with you.
Yeah, I definitely want to help her out. Did the rain of fire stop?
Yeah, when the all the smoke faded, it went with it. You can see that the floating rock above the ward, it's just now covered in black soot and ash.
Ugh. Um, like I don't know if anybody has anything like detect life, but I want to try and see if there's any other survivors in the area.
Um, Go ahead and make a investigation check. You do
All right.
see there was some survivors that most of the other people around the area were helping.
Okay.
If you want to help with that, you can.
I got an 8.
H, you're doing the best you can. Like, when you try to pull up one of the burnt boards, just some smoke gets into your eyes, and it's just not a good feeling.
Yeah, I'll just like call out to anybody who's helping survivors. If you need anything heavy lifted, let me know. Not doing so great on my own.
Yeah, if you want to spend some time here, you can, helping, lifting some things.
Yeah. Like Xaxis feels stupid guilty. So she'll do that kind of like on our way out of the area.
Uh, most of the most of this place was abandoned beforehand, so that's a good sign. That was a plus. So there isn't too many survivors.
Oh good. What, oh, hold on one second.
what are you both doing?
Give us 1 second. We're talking about something.
I rewatched part of last week's episode to remember, and I'm filling Tim in.
Hartham, you are muted, by the way.
Whoops, apologies.
I didn't know if you knew.
Yeah. Seeing that, just looking around, Hartham is just kind of going to, Hartham's going to kind of try to assist as well with, Xaxis in her endeavor to try to look for people.
Okay. If you want to, you can also make an investigation check.
Give me just a second. There we go. 5.
Well, you didn't see as much as Axis. You notice someone crying out for help in one of the buildings, but you notice that people are already going over there by the time you notice.
Oh, okay. Just Hartham is beginning to twiddle his thumbs.
Yeah, we're really trying to help.
I mean, you helped a lot just by getting rid of the fire.
I know. I know. Yeah, I think that's it for this area. Just kind of like as we're trying to make our way out, if we see any rescuers trying to do stuff, then like Xaxis would stop and help. I can't get my fucking camera to connect. I don't. Um, and then make our way out, I guess, when we see Arena, especially.
Yeah, as you're helping, Arena will try to find you,
Okay,
and you can like meet in the middle.
cool.
We
So we closed the thing that was doing the things.
All of this was caused by one portal.
Yeah, well, this and the thing at the Vermilion Mines, and the hags at the Restful Lily. They didn't have a portal, but they were still, of the Fey persuasion.
I mean, portals can do a lot. I mean, considering that where I came from was from a portal, so What?
Well, I'm happy to see at least one of my friends survived. This is
Did you lose somebody in there?
Charlotte Sash. They're my friends.
We brought one out,
Let's just start
Madrina.
another one.
Yeah, she's
That's
with
what
you.
she's saying, Texas.
Hmm?
I have no clue what you just said.
That's what she's saying, Xaxis.
Oh, I thought she was talking about us. I didn't. Yeah. Anyway, um, sorry. Why my camera will not connect? Okay. You know what? Fuck you too, Ivy Cam.
Suffer.
Suffer an unknowing of what your face looks like.
Yeah. Um, Arena, somebody really should know something about what's going on. What
But we're not
is
going to tell you. Okay, that was a bad time to make a joke. I'm sorry.
No one is amused.
please tell me that the Onyx Order is doing some kind of research and studies and trying to find an answer to this.
The, the troubling thing is, I have no clue. I would hope that someone is. That is what I'm trying to do.
Can we? You know what? We just need a little bit of rest and maybe some like true R&R because we went to the Restful Lily and that just wasn't very restful. Um, so I think we should just find somewhere safe to rest for the night. Um, I need to speak with the Onyx Order. I want to know if Narciel is in the tower with the Onyx Order and why this event, the green, uh, the black. No, hold on. Oh, the light swirls. The swirls of light when this happened were around the Onyx Tower. Like there's a lot of questions.
You said Narciel?
Yes.
Why would you want to speak with him?
He's part of the Lord's Assembly.
He is. He is one of the counselors of Onyxia.
Uh, well, they knew that this was going to happen. We have a letter as proof, and I'll show the letter.
I believe you already showed this letter to her, but whatever.
Mm.
Just one more time.
So these Lords Assembly they knew that this was going to happen, and they just let all of those people die.
Unless they're the ones causing it.
Either way, they shouldn't somebody hold them accountable.
That is, I guess, my job.
Is anybody on the Onyx Order or within the Onyx Order part of that?
Part of Narciel's on his side.
Part of the Lord's Assembly?
I've never heard of this name before, but there's many on Narciel's side. He has an entire district.
Very influential man.
Yes. He is the head of religion.
Um,
I mean, there is a chance in which we would be able to talk with him, you think, correct? Not as a way to confront or create a confrontation, however, more as a way to see if there is any hint as to what has occurred just recently.
It might take some time for you to get an audience with him, but I'm sure you could. Just, I don't.
we already put in a request to have an audience with Eastery, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But that is much different from uh, a lord of the city.
No, but she might have information on him and the people that he that might be part of the Lord's Assembly.
You know what? I will come back in a few hours. I'm gonna get you into the Onyx Order.
Oh,
It may
Wow.
it may
Okay.
just be temporarily, but
Could you do this every time with us?
it takes a lot of paperwork.
Okay, that's fine with me at least, because I
I'm the
feel
one
like
who
there
has
should.
to fill it.
Well, there is a bit of investigation that we'll have to probably do. Regardless, that I'm sorry.
Anyway, I'll see you in a few hours.
Okay.
I wish you
Maybe
well.
maybe we can work together on this.
Somebody needs to work together on this because we can't just always be cleaning up after these murders. It's not going to be much left to clean up after.
Well, I have papers to fill,
Good luck.
and she will be heading towards the White Onyx Tower.
I feel like an ass.
Yep.
Am I an ass? Am I an ass, Xaxis? I just have to ask.
Hmm. Ask what? Sorry, I didn't hear the question.
Never mind. Don't think about it.
Am I the only one who's highly concerned here that the Onyx Order isn't here helping to clean up and that they uh, no one seems incredibly worried about this Narciel?
We're the only ones that really know about it, though.
That just makes them sound even more incompetent.
Well, Arena knows, and isn't she like head of protection of the city or something?
She is not at all the head of protection, but
She is one of the people that works within, um, a like within a branch of it, but she's
No,
Well,
basically
either way,
counterpart of ours. Not really anybody on the high grid.
I have so many questions about why all this shit's going on, and like why I have these magical seeds.
I think you've used them both now.
Yeah, like where they came from though.
I'm a
For sure.
troll.
But it's just like one fucking thing after the next, and like answers really aren't easy to come by. So I'm just curious, like,
Oh, we needed to check your map again and see if there were any updates on it.
somebody's got to know something about something. Is it? I feel like a rat in a maze. It's just like keep stumbling upon shit in
Hmm.
another part of the maze, right?
Yeah, actually, Jarek needs to check his map again and see if anything was updated on it.
Yeah.
when you
Um,
look at your map, there doesn't seem to be anything new.
okay.
All right.
So, like, if we've taken care of the two places on the map, those were the only two portals that we really knew of. Then is everything done? Like we closed the portals, right?
Well, at least one of them blew up and took out part of the city.
Well,
I
and
guess you could call that closed.
yeah, we closed it, and then the one in the Vermilion Mines is closed, and nothing significant came through that we didn't kill, right?
That we're aware of.
So the biggest question is where the fuck is the Onyx Order with all this magical bullshit going on? They don't seem too concerned that that part of their city just got blown up.
Yeah, how many? What did we? While we were in there, did we see any other like anybody else in there trying to help, like enforce, or were we really the only people there?
You saw like the local guard and nearby residents.
Okay, the local guard.
There's a difference between the Onyx guard and the local guard.
Do they have a fire department?
Right.
Do they have a fire brigade of some sort? Even
Well,
if
they
it's just a
had
bunch of
a
wizards,
bucket
like
change.
okay, because even if it's just a bunch of wizards like inhaling water through their ass and spewing out frost through their fingers, like some sort of fucking some sort of helpful group of people by this government.
Yeah, you don't. Before you entered the area, you saw a number of wizards casting water spells and having no effect.
Okay.
However, the entire city is almost made up of it is almost entirely made up of people who can at least use some portion of magic.
So here's my question. I don't know anything about Onyxia. I'm just here for like, well, was here for like one specific purpose, right? And um if we would have not stepped in here, would the city just like, would the fire have just continued spreading? Would the Onyx Order just stay up in their tower and watch all their people burn?
Mm, personally, I don't really know. I know that the Onyx Order handles s- I know the Onyx Order handles disaster situations. However, I don't know to what extent.
I
DM, would I
mean,
know anything about this at all in terms of like what certain branch of things go to?
yeah, I have no idea about anything here.
Hartham, you would recall their uh step in with the event that happened in Winterfrost a number of years ago.
But other than that, though, would there be like anything else that we have personally seen them do?
Not
Like,
really.
no,
At least not within the Onyxia so far.
yeah, I have no clue.
So they're just figureheads.
As far as I understand, I mean, they will handle disaster situations, but as far as I can tell, it depends on how extreme it is. Other than that, to what extreme? I have no clue.
Is there some place close that we can eat, rest, do that kind of thing, and watch over this area? I'm looking for um like Onyx Order coming in to assist. I'm also looking for any suspicious people coming out or going in. Maybe that fit the description of the Lord's Assembly. Like what we know of what they wear, their symbols, that kind of thing. Is there anything left for us to do that?
Like find a tavern or something nearby.
Yeah, preferably, with multi stories that we can keep an eye out.
Sure. There's some not high quality taverns, but there's something. They're
They have
average.
food and drink.
Yeah, you can order some food and drinks. You
Okay.
see a number of people coming in and out who are just covered in soot.
Hmm.
Cool. Um,
Um, Xaxis, go ahead and make a perception check.
Mm-hmm. 14.
So you don't notice any Onyx guard going in and or within this area at all. Within your time within the city, you haven't really noticed any presence of a so-called Onyx guard. You just know you've heard of them but never seen them. And this goes over to Hartham too. You've noticed the same thing. And then you all begin to realize this.
so I guess I would assume that they're all just fucking in the rich area of town. You know, no, I don't think I've ever actually seen a member of the Onyx Guard.
So they're
Probably just protecting the rich.
Well, Jarek, you would have seen some many years ago,
Right.
just
Not
not
anytime soon,
currently.
though, right? Right. Maybe they're all dead.
well, did they used to be more prevalent, or
Yeah, from what I remember, it was a long time ago.
when did they stop being like active in the area?
I don't recall. I don't remember I don't know, have you seen anybody recently that resembles you wouldn't even know what they look like, never mind. Probably just guarding all the rich folks.
They would have had a distinct uh black breastplate armor.
Okay.
I'm fairly certain something would have been going on for everyone to notice if they decide to go protect the rich.
Well, I'm just wondering if there's a specific event or something that had happened where they stopped being seen as often.
It was more like they just sort of faded out and no one has noticed.
Huh.
I mean, it's been so long, I can't remember. I can't imagine nobody's noticed that they've disappeared or hasn't noticed.
Well, the Winterfrost events were 20 years, 20, 30 years ago, and that was a decently catastrophic event up north that basically froze an entire town. They were fairly involved with at least some part of that.
Right, but where have they been since then?
I don't really know. But even then, even if they did just decide to dismantle once they had taken care of that event, that just doesn't make any sense. At least to me, since they're supposed to be some form of magical protectors, but
Well, and since I've been here, magic has been questionably, pro- uh, regulated.
in some circumstances, yes.
So let's go over everything that's happened since I've met you. There's been books that have been attacking people. That was people, just kind of forgot that
Which
happened.
was which was definitely a concern, considering that that was an illegal item that had manifested, and
Yeah,
you know,
and then in that bookseller, there are those collectors, quote unquote, they had the summoning area to create these books, I believe. Um, which we don't even know if they were the only ones in town. And then you had an entire village just northeast of here. Of course, nobody would have even cared about them. You had the Vermilion Mines, which I can assure you they never even investigated, and that was
Well,
years ago.
considering that everybody was dead and also the Vermilion Mines had an accident, I don't really know if there was too big of a concern other than that people were beginning to disappear. Whether or not if it was related to the Vermilion Mines was something entirely different because none of us ever considered that until we went there and
But you would think,
followed the
that
tracks.
that would be part of the purview of the Onyx Order. Crazy magic, people disappearing. And then we come back here, and you have the restful lily, and all of that ridiculous note going on. You're telling me that not one person said, "Hey, my sister, daughter, husband, wife, best friend, cousin, went there and has been missing," or that they're under magical servitude.
Ah, yes, the problems of extended family.
I'm just like, I don't understand why they haven't. And then, of course, to top it off, we have an entire area of the city exploding and burning to the ground with undead and magical firestorms, and nobody to be seen.
Okay, I can't save the Onyx Order on that one.
And we're now left without any leads of what to do next, or even if there's going to be another event. I still need to talk before I can leave the city, talk to Madame Eastry and find out why, was it my fiance or my brother? I can't remember which one had a bounty on their head.
It was your
Um,
fiance.
Brother, fiance. Okay.
okay. Um, and then there's just I don't even, did we get a date time for that meeting?
No, just within the next few days or so.
Gotcha. I say we sell everything that we can while we're still alive, and not all of the sellers and shops are burned, or they're not burned to the ground yet. And we have to talk to Arena again this evening, and
We
then
should also pay the religious temple a bit of a visit too, if we can. See if we can try to follow up on our lead for Narsil and at least be able to gain some ground to know that we know that he has not just disappeared off the face of the earth or Camaria.
I mean, I at this point just kind of feel like being one of those crazy people that just stand in the city square and yell at the top of their lungs that everything is coming to an end, and the fire rain was just part of it, and see if anybody finally shows up.
It's a valid action in this case.
The end is near.
That's exactly what I want to do.
You know, if I had a nickel for every time I've heard that happened in Onyxia, well, actually have seen that in Onyxia, I would have 3 nickels. It's
but
kind
but
of weird, but I mean, like, I guess I'd have three nickels.
but I would also, we can make flyers with the symbol of the Lord's Assembly on it, and call out Narsil and the Lord's Assembly, and tell them that the Onyx Guard have disappeared, and aren't protecting them. So we'll have a little bit more information than other crazies just screaming at the top of their lungs. Maybe.
Okay, yeah. Uh, Out of character, Electrum, not nickels, but yeah. Yeah. Uh, that is a good idea, but then again, that might not lead for us to. That might get us picked off rather than having the populace convinced that we know what we're talking about. Let me tell you, trying to convince the public about an opinion on something normally does not end well if you don't have the proper evidence, or if you don't have enough persuasion for your side to even be able to convince the public passionately about what you're trying to talk about. There is definitely passion in trying to gain an audience because of such passion, but without any form of logic or any form of credibility to it, there's absolutely nothing behind what you say other than you believe that the end is going to come because of these people.
None of them do, and they always end up with people listening.
But very few. It just because a few will listen does not mean that all will listen. We may have convinced um we may have convinced others that there is something going on. However, that does not mean that everybody will take into account what we say.
I just want either the Onyx Order to show up or the Lord's Assembly. I don't really care how many people that we actually convince.
Mm, all right. Regardless, right now I feel like we should stay a bit low if we feel like there is desperation needed for what occurs in the future. Then we can definitely try to shout at the top of our lungs. However, if we can, let's wait until we've heard a response, and as we're waiting, we should go to one of the churches, or at least the main church of Onyxia, and try to find Narsa to the best of our ability. And even then, as we're waiting, see if we can find up on many different leads. Man, there's just so much going on. What are your thoughts, Xaxis?
I mean, we'll talk to Arena about it this tonight, and then see what happens with Eastery when that finally happens. Um, yeah, and then I'll start screaming at the top of my lungs.
Fair enough.
Oh, and sell all the stuff in the bag because we might need a stash of cash to get out fast or get bailed out of jail.
Mm.
Well, you have time if you want to go sell stuff now.
Yeah. All right.
Mm.
So
Right.
can we all in one? First off, who do we sell a giant gold goat statue to?
That is
Wait, we're
true.
getting rid of the gold goat statue?
I mean, if you
Hold
want
on.
to.
I've put investment into this gold goat statue. Excuse me, I took it fair and square.
I mean, unless you want to pull, a cartoon falling piano with it.
I'm just joking. You guys can get rid of the gold goat statue.
Just some random passerby looks at you like, what is a cartoon?
I know. um, actually, you know what?
This was a good question. Maybe we could have it melted down by a blacksmith, or
I don't
that's the
know because
best
I
option
think
I
as
can
it is, it has like that little hidden compartment in it and everything.
think of. So either
It
it
could
could
be worth
be
a lot to
sold
somebody.
as either it could be sold as like a souvenir, just or some kind of antique item, uh,
Well,
or
it's
we could
also a
just
religious artifact, right?
There's nothing religious about
no.
this.
Oh,
I mean, we could make it into religion if you wanted
Follow the
to, but
goat.
I'm
goats are
fairly
gods
certain
to
that,
somebody.
well, people would also say that about a bowl or a coin, but not. It's not going to be an extensive religion. That would be more like a cult.
Yeah.
So that does raise a question. Would all religions be cults? Hartham is just gonna kind of like slowly pan towards he's just gonna kind of slowly pan towards oh god, Jarek. I don't know why I spaced out on that sweetness. I kept on wanting to refer you. Uh just slowly peg towards Jarek like do you have any opinion on this?
Like
He's
your
not saying that,
extensive
but he's just looking at
religious
Well,
Jarek just
knowledge.
like
I'm all for selling a goat if that's what you're asking.
Do you know
oh
of
no,
any religions where the goat is significant?
yeah.
Yes, my pocketbook.
Your pocket. Oh, okay.
So, Silas, where's the best place to sell a golden goat?
So
How would one go about selling a golden goat?
this is so
Sell it as an art
absurd.
piece.
So
Sell it
to
as
sell a golden goat, one must find
Yes.
a shop.
You know,
So
we should find a shop.
oh really?
Let's not go to one of those pawn shops. They always rip people off.
You're not wrong on that.
searching around, you find one shop that might has what you're looking for. It goes by Makomi's Minerals and Ore Trade.
I mean, gold's a mineral, right? Let's go there. And an ore. It's mostly an ore, I guess. I don't know.
He also had a bunch of
Yeah,
other stuff that was along that lines too.
Right.
oh, yeah, because we also have the platinum too.
Yeah, well, we have platinum, we have stones. Um, we have quite a few chunks, if I remember correctly. Yeah, let's go there.
So heading inside, it is a dwarven run establishment. You can see this dwarf sitting at the counter counting gold pieces with his different multi-layered spectacles. And he doesn't
Uh,
notice you at first when you enter. He's a long red
hello.
beard. He's like, hello.
We have some items you might be interested in.
One very large item, to be exact.
Well, hand it over. I will see its worth. And he shoves all his coin inside of a pouch under the counter.
So I'm just gonna look at Hartham and be like, Maybe we should start with the 17 chunks of platinum.
Yeah, that's probably the better option here before we start going with something obscene.
Um, and the sapphires.
So handing over the platinum first, he begins to
Mhm.
inspect it. I haven't seen this good of ore since I worked in a platinum mine. Oh, many years ago.
Which one?
Oh no.
Mm, I think it was Vermilion. It was a town in the mountains.
Uh, um, hold on. What was his name?
Wasn't Vermilion overrun a while ago? Well, actually, no.
Rentifax? Was that the name of the dead dwarf that we found?
No,
Or was that somebody
that was
completely different?
the name of the manor that got burnt down in the fire.
Oh, that's right, that's right. Okay. Um,
You
we
wouldn't
found the
know
dead
this
dwarf.
person.
No, I was trying to think if because we found that dead dwarf that nobody would let me take his skull.
Ooh. We didn't find a name on him,
Oh,
but
okay.
we did notice that he was there. Yeah.
Uh,
Um.
Um, we have recently
a-
um
As in,
cleansed the mine.
Cleansed, yes.
I don't know what all that means, but
how
sure.
long ago were you there? Just like how long ago was it? Was Vermilion still a good city around?
Well, I only worked there for begins counting on his fingers. 3 years.
And how long ago is that? Like, how old do you think that you were? Not,
He
uh,
begins counting again, thinking. Takes a minute.
Wow.
I don't remember. It was quite a long time ago.
like before you had the beard, maybe?
This I've been growing this beard since childhood.
Okay, probably the wrong question to ask.
That is a very offensive question.
How long is the beard to begin with? How about let's go with that.
Oh, it is like about the size of him.
About the size of him. All right. What about what about if, like, if your beard was about half the height as it is now? Was it about that long ago, maybe? I'm trying not to be offensive here. I swear, I swear. I'm just trying to gain, like, it. I'm just trying to see if you can recall any characteristics that
I
you
will
had
say it
personally with
was
him.
probably around 15, 20 years ago.
Oh,
Okay.
so you didn't meet any of the creepy crawlies that, killed everybody there. That's good.
What happened
Hartham
there?
is going to immediately smack Xaxis over the head as hard as he can.
At least you can jump really high.
Uh,
Anyway, so we have quite a few items that we think that might be of interest to you. We have these 17 chunks of platinum and these four sapphires and possibly some more depending on the price that you are willing to offer.
mm, he just totally ignores the comment you made about Vermilion.
Yeah, I just talk right over myself. It's fine.
Like
And
shifting his
like
focus somewhere else.
Hartham is like slightly panicking after what Xaxis says. Yeah. How should
Well,
we break the ice to him?
well, I haven't really seen this type of ore since back then. Wonder whatever happened. And stopped receiving shipments quite a few years ago. Anyway, he begins counting coin.
I just like look at Hartham and purse my lips, like totally keeping them closed.
I will give you 20 each for one of these ores. Or 20 each for these ores.
20 platinum each?
20 gold.
I mean, considering that platinum is 10 more than gold, that's basically twice the value of a platinum coin. Though it's not a lot, because the ore is also unrefined too. It's definitely like a fine grain and deposit, but it's not actually an ingot. That makes sense.
What about 25 gold each?
Mm-hmm.
And I have a very special gem that I can show you as well.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
I'm good at these. Oh,
If anyone would
14.
like to assist, you may.
For sure,
Persuasion?
please.
For persuasion, alright.
18. Yes, I mean, you did say it was amazing ore. You haven't seen anything like it since the other mines. I think it might be worth 25.
Alright, I have another thing that I could give you along with that too. It probably will not be the greatest thing, but it would be very informative if you would let me to do so.
Mm, since you did get these from Vermilion, I will allow 25.
Beautiful.
25 times.
And I will pull out the fire opal. Like it's super special and just kind of like put it on the counter.
As soon as you pull it out, he just like uh his goggles or glasses just like zoom in.
Nice.
I haven't seen one of these. It's very fine. Where did you get this? No, I don't want to know actually.
It was a gift for all of our good deeds.
Uh, I will give you 500 for this.
Hmm.
Like 500 silver or
Gold.
I might just just kind of get this valued at a few places.
I mean, I don't think. Are you doubting my counting?
I don't doubt your
that is
counting.
just a hefty price. I did not think that the value for it would be that is okay.
I'm giving
I
you
did
a
not think
fine deal here for such a
What kind of stuff is being sold in here?
you see like gold bars being traded in for money. It kind of just smelts this person smelts things down into their value if you like hand them gold stuff.
Gotcha.
He has
Well,
a collection of rocks behind the counter and a uh enchanted safe that you can see inside of.
are there any other fire opals that I can see the value of?
You see you don't see a lot of them as some of his stuff is used for enchanting and whatnot, magic stuff.
Gotcha.
You do see a small one within the safe. It's not as grand as the one you have, and it's labeled
Or a price
for
on it?
100.
What about these 4 sapphires as well?
They're quite small.
But they're beautiful.
True, true. Uh, 60 each for each.
You know, I
I'm starting to think that this man's value is actually fairly well placed.
so we have a specialty item, and
Very special.
I am curious about what your professional opinion on its value is. And I'll just
How
like
heavy? By the way, how heavy is this statue?
I
It is
think he had to
150
drag it.
pounds.
Okay, so it might actually be pure gold.
Oh, it's solid
But
gold.
I'll lift up. I'll help her lift it up, is to like make it seem like it's really,
It's
really, really heavy.
it's in the bag. Hartham is just going to kind of like slowly dump it out.
It just makes a dent in the
It's
floor.
I will gently, like, totally flexing all my muscles just like Jarek is doing to, like, make it look
Yeah.
even heavier than it is to lift it up out of there.
Okay. To this man's amazement and shock. Oh my. What is
How do you
that?
like those apples? It's a golden goat. It's solid gold,
I believe those apples are made of solid gold.
indeed.
It has such a unique shape.
Yes, of a goat.
I must ask, where did you get this?
a very generous
100% looking
contribution
straightly at
for
heart
helping
for
her
Yeah,
this.
out.
me too. Like, yes, where did we get this?
It was a generous contribution to from a librarian for helping her out with a ghost problem. An actual ghost, let's say, because the ghost was actually beginning to harm others or was getting ready to harm others.
So you are that adventuring type. You do look like ones.
Do I? Hartham begins to like actually look at himself, trying to see if his clothes are all dirty or like his boots are.
He's more looking at Xaxis and her 2 battle axes.
Mm.
Yes, we help people with the extra dimensional looking over at Arthur and Jarek, like, wording
Hartham just
problems.
Hartham just gives like a slow thumbs up. Just
Now, these days we seem to help more where the Onyx Order does not.
I mean, I didn't say it.
Oh, whoops.
Let me take a look at this. And he goes around his desk because examining it.
Hartham is going to kind of like quickly pull his axes aside, kind of like whisper to her. He's like, "Why are you so blunt? Oh my god, why did you do that?"
Because less words just means you can get to the point faster.
But you didn't have to tell him that the entirety of Vermilion and everybody that he knows there is, you know,
Well,
we should
he didn't
probably
seem
do
very
this.
attached.
Oh, what'd you say?
Uh,
We're talking about attachment
no, no,
to things of
yeah,
sentiment.
Never mind. I'll get back to this.
maybe because you didn't really hear the first time after I slapped you. We should just probably go a bit slow with this, just so we don't have him entirely go numb. Let's go with that. Let's say have him not go entirely numb.
So don't mention friends and family that may have been murdered.
What'd you say? I can't hear you.
No, we're just discussing the
We're
beauty
just
of the golden goat that you're looking at.
It's very uh oddly fine craftsmanship.
Oh, it has a really nifty trick, and I'm gonna go over and open the little trap door.
How was that?
Oh no.
Yes,
It's,
why is that there?
it's to hide other valuables that would be more valuable than the gold. I I don't know.
Yeah, what would be more valuable than a giant chunk of gold?
Well,
Very
we
expensive
found
potions.
we found an amber ring in there and a dagger. Who took that dagger? Was that the dagger that Sam ended up getting?
Probably.
I believe so.
I
What
don't know
was the
why
amber
that
ring?
made
It was
me
just
laugh
amber
so
ring.
much. So random. Like, why is this at all useful to anyone?
It hides things that you would want hidden. Like you could put the fire opal in there and nobody would know it was there. And then you don't have to worry about it getting stolen. Nobody's going to steal a 200-pound gold goat.
It's a hidden compartment, meaning that if you need to store something valuable in it, then that means that it would not be the first thing that people would try to look for.
You could even rename your shop the mysteries of the golden goat.
Okay, that would be going a bit too far. I
I
think
don't know.
the
It,
shop.
it would be a really
Are
cool
you
piece to just like
questioning my shop's name?
I don't know.
No, of course not.
I am not. She is.
What's the name of the what's the name of the shop?
Makomi's Minerals and Ore Trade.
It's very to the point.
I don't lie to people.
You wouldn't be lying to people. You could bring in. You know what you could do? You could advertise that whoever figures out how to or what the mystery of the golden goat is, and they can have like 5% off their purchase, and it would bring people in just to look at the goat
Not if I smelt it down first. This is solid gold.
or that. Seems like a waste of a golden goat.
Are you trying to persuade him in this again?
It's like a waste of a gold goat. It seems like a waste of a
I
gold
feel like
goat. What
I
the
feel
fuck?
like I feel like another persuasion check should be put in.
I don't think there
This
is ever
sounds like
wasting a golden goat.
this sounds like some persuasion work.
You know what? Go ahead.
Fine.
5.
It's so good. It's perfect.
Well, I will give you 650 gold pieces for this.
Actually, how much does one piece of gold weigh?
Well, a gold bar would be 5 pounds, and those go for about 25.
Really, that's it. 25 gold for a bar. Would have
If
thought it would have been more than that.
Give me a second, I'll be right back. I feel like we're really cheating him out of this though. Oh god.
It's about 100 gold difference. So he would make about 100 gold on it. Unless the prices of gold go up, and then we would be the ones on the bad end. I think I think with everything together that's all a fair deal.
I don't disagree.
But you know, if we come by at any point in time and you've decided to put this in your shop and have the advertisement to draw in more business, maybe next time we come through we can get a better deal if it works for you.
mm,
Xaxis is 100% so business minded. She knows exactly what she's talking about.
we'll see.
All right, I'm gonna do some math.
Can Xaxis do math?
No. Tiffany's doing math. 1800.
1815 is
Yeah,
the
it's 1815.
Did you still have those moonstone goblets?
Oh, wait, yeah, so we had, the moonstone goblets. We also had the drinking horn of platinum. Um, I got hung up with the goat.
Totally forgot about that drinking horn.
You know what? I'm gonna pop my magic awareness as we pull out the moonstone goblets.
You don't sense anything magical about them.
Okay. Anything within 60 feet. Anything in this building.
You do see that that magical safe does have an arcane lock placed on it.
Oh, cool.
You notice that spell some of the stuff that's reserved for spell casting is a bit enchanted. Just like minor things. You notice that some of the display cases give certain items a certain glow about them for displaying purposes.
Um,
Um,
we might have a special request.
so I've got an odd request of you, sir. I don't know if you've ever done anything like this, but how adept at you, or would you be at creating a gilded skull?
A gilded skull.
Yes.
Like a skull made out of gold.
Yes, some gems and nothing expensive, mind you. It's just, around the 300 gold mark.
I think
Unless he has one in stock. It's 4 spells.
Yep.
this is an odd request, but I can maybe craft something over a week's time.
Oh, should we go back for that skull that we had found over by the Vermilion Mines, and then he won't have to come up with a skull.
I don't
Well, I
want
think it's
uh,
It was
I,
a dwarven skull.
I don't want any dirty used skull.
Oh, you have unused skulls? I can't keep it true.
well, I think you have to bleach them and stuff, right?
What would an unused skull look like, or be? How does that work?
That is going to the quotes channel.
This is an odd group.
Oh my god.
There's still know how that works.
I won't use any skull. I will just forge one out of gold.
Okay, can you make I'll pull out the crystal ball.
Why are we talking about skulls?
I need one for spells. I'd
We
rather
do?
not wait a week.
A skull for what? Like, what kind of spell?
Um, well,
To bring back our fallen brethren.
it's kind of beyond your level of comprehension, to be honest.
Is that a challenge?
So you know those people that we killed recently, right? The bad guys. We could bring them back to fight on our behalf.
We're bringing back the dead?
I told you not to worry about it.
Is this
Why?
I believe this is some stuff I should not be hearing.
That's illegal to begin with.
Not
I'm
to
just
bringing back any dead. Jesus,
I'm just poking fun at our friend. Don't worry about it. I'm sorry, sir.
they like to make fun of me frequently.
More poking fun at Hartham. It's just something that we do. But yes, the gilded skull would be beautiful. Could you use this? And I'm going to hold up the crystal ball that no longer is infused with the spell. Maybe you could carve a skull out of this and then put pretty stuff on it.
A crystal skull.
Yeah,
I can make something work.
beautiful. That would be really cool. Y'all ever seen crystal skulls? I have a little bitty one. They're so fucking cool.
They are
Okay,
funny.
seriously though, are we actually creating a skull so we can resurrect people? That I'm
No,
not.
no, no. Don't worry. I'll explain it after. I'll have Jarek explain it after we leave. It's not that bad.
Mm, right.
Uh, did you want me to appraise those goblets that you had?
Yeah, and this, and I'll like reach back into the bag of holding. Probably have to dig around a bit because it's been a weeks or so for the drinking horn.
Hmm. This is very fine craftsmanship.
I've completely forgotten that we've had a bunch of different like valuable items that we don't really use.
Incredibly valuable items.
And then you come uh complaining to me about not having enough gold
That was not me. I was perfectly
Not
fine.
me.
I trust your ability to properly
and
appraise this.
making jokes.
Okay.
Is there a tiara of comprehend languages in here? Or no, the intelligence tiara in here?
This is not a magic
Didn't-
item shop. This is a
Damn it.
minerals
The
shop.
mineral shop. As it says in the name,
Yeah,
minerals and
yeah,
ore
yeah.
grades.
Huh. I recognize the crafter of this horn. I believe he went to Vermilion also. Did you buy it off him?
Okay. Xaxis, do you want to break the ice in a very slow way?
Oh wait, we found this in a chest in one of the houses.
Mm-hmm. You found it in
Uh
the blacksmith shop.
no, we didn't. The part of Vermilion Mines that was abandoned, we found it there while we were fighting off the infestation of giant spiders. But we never met the person who crafted it. They left 7 years ago, right? 2 years, 7 years.
About several to 11 years.
However many years ago it was. I can't. I'm sorry. There's too many dates.
Okay, to put this into context, sir, um, Vermilion had a serious infestation problem, so people decided to flee the town and create a new one.
And this was left behind, and a chest.
It was a very quick evacuation.
There was some big spiders there, like bigger than me spiders, like could fill up that whole building spiders. And we had to work really hard for that.
From what we understand, everybody was okay.
Mm, well, I would like for this to be returned, but
I have no clue where this man might be, though.
true.
If you
I will
tend
give
to,
you 100 gold for it.
I mean, considering that you knew this man personally, I'd almost say
I
we
slap
take
Hartham
50 from you.
before he even finishes. Do you know the name of the
Oh.
I try to match how hard you hit me. It doesn't ever work.
I
Do
imagine
you know
Hartham slapping you, not doing nothing, and then you just knock Hartham off his feet.
there's a mosquito.
Yeah, it's just kind of like I think of it basically just kind of like Hartham slaps Xaxis and kind of like does a bit of like a movement to the side of her, like her
Yeah,
head
yeah.
just a bit. But when Xaxis like tries to slap me, it's basically like making my entire body like just
Stumble a little bit.
yeah stumble, but it's like Jesus Christ.
Who was the maker?
He was a good friend of mine. Uh, Let me recall real quick. Totally not searching in my notes.
Right.
Okay, cannot find the name.
That's okay. I would kind of want to just look him up at some point. That's the only reason. Like now she's just curious to see if he's alive.
Uh, I remember now. It was another dwarf named Tormund. I've totally forgot his other name.
Well, yeah, I'd be very interested in finding him. It was very, very beautiful work. For gifts and such for later.
Well, how about 100 gold for this horn, and then 20 for the goblets.
And how much would the crafting of the gilded skull be if we have supplied the crystal ball?
I will give you. I will trade you the horn for it.
Hmm, that seems fair. And you said a week?
Yes. Does this deal seem good to you?
Yes.
It is there any way I could pay for a rush on the skull?
Another 100 then.
Xaxis,
Okay.
just Xaxis, you can't rush a man's work.
I sure as hell can.
Wait,
Okay.
he needs it for his skills.
Pronto. As quickly as you can, I'll pay you extra.
I will get it done in 2 or 3 days.
Sounds good.
Sounds fair.
Thank you, sir.
So I totally don't know how much you all spent or got.
All right, so minus the 100, it's 1735.
Wow.
Yeah. Are we okay? So here's the biggest question:
Do
do
we
we just
split?
divide this by 3?
No. Were we divided by 4?
You know, that's what I would think.
Because, okay, considering that this does really be a good question. Because how many? I'd almost say we divide it by 4, and then afterwards Hartham will divide his own portion with Duncan. But then again, it also comes to who exactly helped who and what. So Duncan helped with the Vermilion situation. So if all of this is from Vermilion to begin with, I'd say we divide by 5.
No, I would say half of it is from Vermilion and the other half. Yeah, I don't know.
I say
Because
just
if
divide it by 4. It's easier.
Yeah, you know me, like I'll just throw money uh at Duncan when he gets
Duncan.
here if he needs it.
Mhm. I just feel kind of bad because if we're just basically dividing it by 4 and then afterwards I'm dividing my portion with Duncan afterwards, it feels like we're not evenly splitting it between all of us when he basically did the uh work along with us. I was just trying
So
to
I would
think
say
about
really the only thing that he wasn't there for was the fire opals and the sapphires.
yeah. So taking away from that then, um
Yeah, I'll do the math. I'll do the math real quick.
So what are
Okay,
you
but
all
it's a
doing
deal for this dude.
hmm,
next after you trade all your stuff? Also, he will give you that amount in platinum, not gold.
Okay. And what was this guy's name again? I'm sorry.
Mokomi. Mokomi. I would
Makomi,
just
yeah.
put it in the chat.
Alright, so I do have a question. Is it just me, or does the name Tormund ring a bell?
You can make a history check.
Yeah. 19.
You do recall in your time in Mayren that you think the blacksmith had that name.
Oh! And we did briefly visit the blacksmith as well over there too in Mayron, didn't we?
I don't think you did.
I thought that we did. I might be wrong. But yeah, that does make a lot of sense though. Okay. Hmm. I
All
wonder.
right. So Duncan gets 199 and all four of us get 384.
384, okay.
You want me to add that to a sheet?
I'm just going to add it right now. You should be able to open Duncan's character sheet and just add 199 to it.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. And that was gold.
Yeah.
Wait, no, you said that he
He
gave it
he
to us in
gave you
platinum.
the total in platinum, but
Yeah, so it would be
you can auto do it. It's
alright.
fine.
Yeah, I just dropped it in gold because it's fucking easy.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
But
convert his thing to 2 plat or 20 platinum and subtract a gold piece.
all right. I'm sorry. I was doing the maths. What were you talking about for somebody doing something?
Oh, I was adding the total to his character sheet.
No, Hartham had said something about Makomi.
Mm-mm. Ormond.
Ormond was the dwarf blacksmith in Mayren.
Oh, Tormund was.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's where that was his horn.
that we just sold to him. Not sold to
Oh, so
Tormund, but
he's
sold
still in
to Duncan.
Maymrand?
Supposedly.
Yeah.
Huh. Um, okay, that's fine. Not a big deal. He didn't ask for us to retrieve anything when he knew we were going out there.
Mhm.
Didn't know you were going out there.
You know, I announced it very, very publicly in the city square.
True.
Just saying. I gave fair warning. Um, I guess grab something to eat and go meet with Arena.
Okay. As you are walking out, you hear a chest just drop in front of you.
Oh,
Inside is so it's a little chest that just appeared out of nowhere. It has like metal design on it representing like clouds. Inside is 5 uh pennants with the Onyx tower symbol and a little note from Arena. This note will explain that these tenants will let you gain access into the tower for a week and to meet with a gnome named Tai and her assistant Trin. And they will
okay.
guide you around wherever you need to go within the tower.
Okay, is it just me or is it kind of concerning that this just popped out of thin air, meaning that they could be watching us at any minute?
I mean, there's a lot that is concerning about everything that goes on here, and if this is your main concern, then we're okay.
The fact
That
that they're no.
residual uh magic awareness on Xaxis gives you a little insight that this was just conjuration magic and nothing too special. It just teleported.
Regardless, though, they teleported to our location.
Can I do a perception check to see if I see like anybody spying on us?
Uh, sure.
15. So I don't know. This is just giving me flashbacks to y'all's campaign on Wednesday, right? Where you had the somebody was scrying on you and had like the little scrying orb.
You don't
Um,
see any. You're looking around. You see like some kids looking at you because you're a Goliath in the middle of the city.
I'll just wave.
But beyond that, you don't really see anything out of the ordinary.
Okay. But we had been when we first got here, we were spied on. Well, I not spied on like maliciously, but the Scarlet Sash had found us immediately. So this isn't like a new thing for us. Now, chests falling out of the sky is kind of cool. Hey, can you throw something? Like food arena. It's gonna be kind of talking and looking around.
As soon as you take everything out of the chest, it just disappears.
Useful. Do you think we can get one of those? Oh, is there a magic shop around?
Useful but creepy.
You can get
Yeah.
there's a few spell scrolls shops, minor magic items.
Hmm. So the minor magic items, I'll go in and be like, "Hey, do you sell any chests that you can like send just teleport to a friend and have it drop in their lap for like a surprise gift and then have it returned to you?"
I don't think we have anything like that. Conjuration magic
you
is kind of weird.
Yeah, it's a little unpredictable, but that would be really, really cool. Just an idea. Okay? Okay. Bye.
Yeah. Just tries to comprehend the weird reaction that was.
Yep. I don't know. Xaxis is getting more comfortable with the idea of random magic doing really cool shit. She's still kind of obsessed with the flump that she can't get to stay around to ask any questions because she gets freaked out every fucking time and she doesn't really know that it's supposed to explode. Um
My life's purpose is to explode. Don't take this from me.
she doesn't understand. She just screams at it, then it screams and goes poof. Um um Gain access to the tower for a week. What time is it?
It's around midday. Maybe 1 or 2.
Hmm. What if we? Hmm. I can think about this.
Um let me check my checklist here. Sam's not here to poke at. Um what is the likelihood that we're going to figure out why the light was swirling around the Onyx order if we go there?
Well, it is a giant tower filled with books.
There's that. I say we just go to the Onyx order and speak with Tahi and Tren.
All right.
And then we
So,
can leave a note at Duncan's house. Delivery of more groceries. Leave a note at Duncan's house
I mean,
with
at this point, we have the money for getting a bunch of groceries, both for over there and over actually at the mansion too. So
yeah. So I will leave a note for Duncan letting him know and for Sam letting them know where we went and oh, I still have the statue in my fucking in that box.
maybe this time we can actually tell Eleanor, that like actually talk to Eleanor.
I know Silas is up for that. um yeah, let's see if we can catch her at home. Let's see. Groceries first. Um lots of seasonal fruits and vegetables and like meat. Um I think I already gave her like special spices, so I don't think we need any more spices. So I'll
I
dump like
make spices too. I mean, it's really not
yeah.
that hard. And Hartham just kind of like quickly reaches into the pouch and like picks up some turmeric and just like throws it at Nexus. Just like not in a harmful way, but just kind of like in a slightly like funny way. Just I could do this. Bless you.
Hmm. I'm allergic to turmeric. Um
Oh,
so
sorry.
so I'll dump 3 gold on groceries. Um
Oh god,
and
that is so much.
it is a lot of groceries. But I would say like it's probably mostly just expensive cuts of meat. Uh
Half of it can go to the mansion.
yeah, half of it could go to the mansion, that's true. And then we'll go knock on Duncan and Duncaness's door and see if get any
Eleanor's.
answer. Eleanor.
Yeah.
So Eleanor will answer just like half awake.
I haven't even met her yet.
Oh, it's you people again.
You people,
Hi.
what are you talking about? I hang out with you guys. You should know me.
Well, I know you. I mean the other two.
Okay, yeah,
I
fair enough.
I am I am grocery Santa.
I've
She is
noticed.
good.
Ho ho ho.
I have no clue who that is.
Oh, mythical
Neither
man
do
who delivers presents on winter solstice? No, maybe it's just a mountain thing. Anyway, I brought more food, and I have a favor to ask.
I didn't even get to touch the last order that you place in here.
Well, well, that's disappointing. You really should make time to make yourself some really good food because you can't really survive if you're just eating um, you know, fast food because it's really, really bad for your health. And I know you work really hard, and I don't know what Duncan does because I haven't seen him in a month. Um, but I will assume he is also working hard because you wouldn't stay with a person who wasn't working hard. So I'll just you tell me what of this that you want, and the rest that we have another place that could use it. And
Is
I
Xaxis
have
going on? Hartham is gonna kind of like slowly look to Xaxis like, excuse me, Duncan is just with the face of like, excuse me, Duncan is a good man. I don't think that he would. I don't think that either of them would be extensively bad for each other. I think that you're misconstruing something.
So,
oh maybe he was finally what's the word when you get a higher promoted. And he's
Surprised.
just been really busy.
so you notice that she is like looking very tired right now, and she looks over to Hartham like, "No offense," but slams the door.
Yeah, that's fair. We did kind of wake her. Oh,
Um,
We
I
should
do
have
actually.
asked her to
Uh,
adventure with us and not the other
Actually,
guy.
one more thing, and Hartham's going to knock on Eleanor's door again.
What
I'm
is
just
it?
gonna be holding out the pendants. One's for
Does
Duncan and one's for Sam.
does Eleanor open the door again
Yeah.
by any chance? Okay. Just one more thing, as yeah, just before I leave, in specific, I don't know if I want to do this. Hartham is going to hand over, I want to say 100 gold. 120 gold to Eleanor.
Where? What? Where did you get this?
Uh, well, we did a bit of shopping, more in terms of selling, and we came across a lot of stuff on, bit of an adventure for a second. Uh, we all got really thrown around over this past week. I've lost a track of time. It's been a crazy week. I'll go along with a week.
Well, I'm not going to work for the next week.
Hey, take some time off. Don't mind me.
You make 100 gold a week. We're in the wrong. We're doing it wrong.
Well, we really should be charging for the people we help. I don't know
Eh,
who you
I'll still
charge though.
I'll still just be holding out the pendants.
Uh,
Maybe we could charge the Onyx order since we're doing their job for them.
It's not like Duncan and Sam are not going to catch up with us in just a bit.
she
I'm
will
fairly
take
certain.
one for Duncan.
Yeah, I feel like we keep on letting random strangers into your home, Eleanor. Oh, sorry about that for one on my part. Duncan,
I may
I
work
have not met
at
you
a
before yet.
tavern, but I am not an inn.
Yes, you are correct on that. I apologize for that.
Xaxis's eyes are just fucking huge right now. She's not
I
gonna
mean,
say anything
again,
though.
well, we're not staying inside the home, but I will admit we do keep on kind of invading the privacy of the household to begin with.
You are currently at the entrance.
Yes, in this instance, yes. However, we keep on dropping off groceries by, I would assume, me or Duncan opening the house and allowing them in to dump off said groceries.
Well, if that is all, I'm going to go back to sleep now.
Alright.
I have to wake up in a few hours. Or
Alright.
actually, I
Have a
don't
good
anymore.
Alright. Have a good break, Eleanor. Wish you a good night. Or, well, afternoon in this instance, but still. And, Larsa will just kind of like wait till she closes the door.
She will close it. Open it back up
Wow.
for a second, takes a few items off of Xaxis' hands.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then goes back to sleep.
You know, kind of understand why we didn't, ever get invitations to fucking dinner because she just doesn't seem very appreciative. We have kept her husband alive multiple times.
Yes, and then he's been gone.
Again, we have been kind of just invading the space, and she's been at work.
Nobody's been here when we've been invading the space.
Okay, you're right on that, and I've started to know you a bit better. Again, it's been a week or two. We've kind of gone through a lot, yes. However, I'm also inviting you in the home of somebody who does not know who does not know you. We know you, but it's also
Well,
her home, not just Duncan's. If she doesn't feel all right with that, then I can't do anything. Duncan can't do anything about that either. It is a shared relationship. It's like, what about you? If you were in the house, say, say, say that you were inside of your house, and your fiance brings back 5 random people that you don't know who have who your fiance has just been letting in, what would you do?
we don't have separate homes like you do here. We're more of a community,
We don't
and
have
if
separate
somebody
homes.
was to show up and show their appreciation of just literally placing an item in my floorboards by buying me multiple groceries, I would be greatly appreciative, especially if they were keeping my husband alive.
Yeah, I mean you're right on that. But then again, she doesn't know us. I mean, we could be helping each other out, but in reality, she doesn't know whether or not if you'd be stealing from her home. I don't know.
I mean, it's
I
a
mean, I
social
know
thing. I understand now that is just not appropriate, and I will from just not
it.
enter their home without both of their express permissions.
Well, it's not just that either. It also has to do with just comfortability with the person. It's not. I mean, I will admit she was being kind of mean, but then again, just at the same time, just kind of going along with a bit of comfortability since she doesn't know you, then maybe as we continue to talk to each other all, or both you and Jarek and Sam, all 3 of you, Jarek and Sam, she'd begin to be more comfortable with having us around, having us all around. I hope it
Yeah,
comes to
that
that.
would be nice.
It's just that right now I'm just trying to kind of give you an explanation as to why she might be in a pissy mood.
I get it.
I don't know. A nice home cooked meal would have been nice.
That's okay.
Were you heading to where are you going next?
Onyx order.
So heading there, you notice on your way that one of the cracks that opened up, it went really far. And you notice that one of the buildings collapsed, and there's just a giant crystal just sitting there where the house used to be.
Giant crystal?
Yeah, it's like a greenish crystal, almost transparent.
Mm-hmm. Uh, Hartham, have you ever seen anything like
I have not. Uh,
that? Magic awareness again.
It's going off the charts. There's like conjuration, a whole lot of fayness that's going on.
Whole lot of fairness that's going on.
a
You
lot of
know
things.
this thing doesn't seem familiar to you at all. You both have a similar smell.
Would I know anything about this crystal? Just wondering.
It's a
Because
giant green crystal.
giant green crystal. Yeah, that's all I got. I have no clue. Just because we give off the same smell does not mean that we are entirely on the same spectrum of things.
Like you're dealing a lot with a lot of fayness going around the past week or two.
Yeah, there are also different regions of the Feywild. I mean, considering the Pryciani are part of the Beastlands, which is also part of the Feywild, that's just one specific part of it. It's not the entire thing.
So it's hilarious. You guys will find this really funny. We have a package of ramen here. It is a 6-pack of ramen. It's never been opened.
Yeah.
My daughter pulls it out and she's like, "Is this still good?" I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "It's been like 7 or 8 months."
It's Armageddon
It
food.
doesn't. It's Armageddon food. It doesn't ever go bad. Um. So she's just
Yeah.
freaking out about that. I want to walk around this crystal in its entirety and then try and peer down this fissure that's in the ground and see if there's more, see if there's a bottom to this, and also be looking around for anybody else. And I will let Jarek and Hartham know. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a lot of people who were really interested in this thing. Keep your eyes out.
All right, yeah, I'll be as perceptive as I can, I guess.
So the crack isn't that wide. It it's like a it's just a small crack, very thin. You can't really see inside of it. Um the
How big is this
crystal
crystal?
the crystal is about like 20 feet 25 feet wide.
Holy shit.
Damn.
And it goes about to the first story.
All right. Is there anybody else staking out this area?
There is a few Onyx Order wizards just investigating the aftermath of the previous night's events. But they're
Are they
kind of just
also
studying
inspecting the
it.
crystal? So I'm just gonna walk over to one with my necklace on. Make sure it's very much over my shirts. Um, So what do you think of the where this originally came from? The its origins. It seems quite fade, doesn't it?
This guy is just like looking into the crystal, taking notes, looking back, and then you just walk up behind him and you just startle him.
Yep. Trying to be smart.
Uh, well, hello there. Um,
Hi.
Origins, you said. Well, that's what I'm trying to find out.
Mm-hmm.
Think it might have to do with Fey magic. There's a whole lot of it in the city.
My understanding is that um, the event in the blah 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 area was also a
A, or you said Fey.
do y'all have yeah, Faye.
I thought you said A and then just ended.
No, Faye.
Well, I assume that whatever happened last night was just a burst of Fey energy.
Well, we were present during the end of the issue, and it was a portal.
Probably some fools playing around with conjuration magic.
Hmm.
Well, whatever it did, it had a lot of power to it. A lot of power I've never seen before on this scale.
Hartham's going to kind of like cut in for a second. So, if you don't mind, I'm sorry, I just kind of overheard. What were you guys doing last night to slightly ignore this occurrence? If you don't mind me asking.
Well, if you didn't notice, cracks opened up throughout the entire city.
Well, yes, undermanned then.
But don't you think that it would be good to focus more on the central point of the issue?
Well, you were there. You saw no normal water had no effect. There's hundreds of wizards far more suited to that. I'm more of a scholarly type.
Okay. Hmm.
Well,
Well,
I'm going to get back to work if you don't mind.
maybe we should talk to somebody that's useful.
Yeah, no, I feel like this guy's just bullshitting as sexist.
I have a feeling none of them want to actually admit that they've done absolutely nothing and that the explosion of power hadn't just, randomly appeared. But, the portal was there for many weeks because we were actually asked to look into it. And it's very surprising that they were not. No, she's not being quiet.
So you
She will
knew.
be very loud.
Okay. Uh, this guy is just like trying to focus on his work at hand. Seems kind of
Hmm.
done with all you.
See, nobody cares.
Are you
Well, I
continuing
guess
on?
we are on to the Onyx order.
I have questions for them.
Hmm.
That was
Like,
nice.
why are they so useless?
That was nice of a scholar. I mean, like, they're supposed to be the people that mainly assist the city and come down to conclusions. You and me, we both understood that this had to do with something of Fey origin, considering that it was a Fey portal, and they have no clue at all as to what the original point of interest was, what the
Nope.
origin.
My job is to survey the aftermath, not the origin. But
Oh Jesus, where did you come from?
I thought you were talking to the scholar.
No.
No, we left a
We
bit
walked the
ago.
fuck
We were
away.
starting to, yeah, we were
Oh, I
starting
thought
to
you
walk
said I'll
away.
talk to the scholar.
No, like, yeah,
That
we were
guy's
heading
useless.
to we were heading to Onyxia, not not Onyxia. What am I talking about? We were heading to the tower.
I misheard then.
Yeah.
So walking to the tower is looming over you at this point now. You're getting the full scale. You enter a much nicer neighborhood.